How's it going? So here you find me in beautiful Warsaw. I'm not going to do my let's have a look around Warsaw type of video. That one is long overdue because the amount of times I've been to this beautiful capital, although it doesn't look so beautiful in fine February, it looks kind of grey and a bit sort of miserable.
Not unusual, it's winter.
I can assure you it is a beautiful place.
Okay. I believe you.
I thought I'd give a little bit of insight into 2024. I mean, we already are in the second month of 2024. Or maybe when you watch this, it's the 10th month of 2024. Who really knows? Well, 2024 is an election year for the US.
He says, "You're not going to be a dictator, are you?" I said, no, other than day one. We're closing the border and we're drilling. After that, I'm not a dictator.
When we invest in clean energy and electric vehicles and reduce population, more of our children can breathe clean air and drink clean water.
Restore some pride. It matters. The lithium will power components like what's going to be made of redwood mineral.
Debate, congenial, respectful debate, is the fertilizer, it's the water, it's the sunlight for our democracy. We need to be talking to each other.
Soon NATO will be the 32nd freestanding, have free, 30 free.
30 an election year for the UK.
I have friends who are aristocrats, I have friends who are upper class, I have friends who are, working class, but I'm not working class. I'm not working class.
I'm in a city that is the capital of a country that had its election, in my opinion, stolen at the end of 2023. Donald Tusk came to power. Even though he didn't get the majority of votes, he kicked out the Law and Order Party, and he managed to, through a lot of ballots,
Harvesting.
he found himself in power. He took down the state television. And he found himself back on the global stage, having left the European Parliament. Now he is the Prime Minister of Poland. My guess is they're going to try and steal the 2024 US election. That is my guess. They managed to do it successfully in 2020. Anyone that denies the ballot fraud is delusional.
Do you have video evidence?
4 million minutes of surveillance video around the country.
We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics.
Completely delusional. Check out this beautiful building. Built in 1955, so 69 years old. This beautiful Soviet building, built during Stalin's time, of his dominance on the city. Inside there you'll find a number of museums. You'll find the Transport Museum, a Mechanical Museum, the Evolutionary Museum, which is a natural history museum. Hopefully there's a video on that coming soon. It's a nice place. Really beautiful cinema in there, very Art Deco. So if you want to check out a beautiful Art Deco cinema right in the center of Warsaw, that is the place to go. It's a Kino cinema, I think. As you see from right behind me, we are literally right in the heart of Warsaw. This is like one of the main squares in Warsaw. This is the financial district over here. One of my first ever clients ever outside the UK was in Warsaw. I probably shouldn't name drop him, but it was a chap who worked for Bank Handlowy. His first name was Wojciech. Wojciech, you know who you are. You were a great client of mine. And the first time I got to do a business trip anywhere outside London, back in 2003, I got the privilege of coming to Warsaw. And what a wonderful, wonderful city that's changed dramatically over the ages. You will see my video hopefully coming out soon on how the old town has basically sprung up. It's like a phoenix from the ashes. It's risen from the ashes. And it's a beautiful, beautiful illustration of what can be done when there is a will to basically make things as beautiful as they were in the past. Because effectively the old town was rebuilt, and rebuilt exactly how it was before it was destroyed by the Germans between 1939 and 1945. The Warsaw Uprising happened in 1944, and the Warsaw Uprising caused, well, headquarters actually, if you can see that tower block over there. Just behind that tower block was the headquarters of the Warsaw Uprising. Polish resistance, they took it upon themselves to try and rid Warsaw of the Germans, the Nazis. Sadly, they failed in that first attempt, and in failing, Adolf Hitler took it upon himself to destroy 90% of Warsaw. So effectively everything you see here, everything, was built after 1945, after the war ended. A lot of the buildings you can see over here, Soviet buildings, a lot of them have sprung up since the end of the 90s, beginning of the noughties. I believe that skyscraper was here back in 2003 when I first came, but all of these are new. This like Bank Polski over here, brand new skyscraper. But a wonderful, wonderful city. We're going to cross it. We're trying not to break any rules. Last time I was in Warsaw, when was I? In summer of 22. If you can hear me, get past. And I crossed the traffic lights. I crossed when there was a red man. I got pulled over by the Polish police, and they said you can't be jaywalking in this country, pal. So I had to say my apologies, promised I'd never do it again. And you know what? They were pretty cool about it. They could have easily fined me. I think politeness goes a long way when it comes to dealing with police officers. Americans take notes, deal with the police, try to be as polite to the police as possible. Unless, of course, they're trying to overturn your protest. So we're just going to cross here. Hopefully the sound is not too extreme. Everyone in Poland obeys the traffic signals, the traffic lights, because they don't want to get fined by the police. And it basically creates a very safe society, a society that's sadly lacking these days in the West. The West, we basically have degeneracy that's taken over. Law and order seems to be absent from major cities. London, a place I love, I've always considered to be my favorite city and always my home, has fallen to the rabble of the progressive ideology. It's fallen in the fact that there is no law and order anymore. If your car gets broken into, the police won't turn up. If your bike gets stolen, the police won't turn up. If your house gets broken into, the police won't turn up. And this is a general theme, and I think it's probably what's going to dominate the election cycle that's going to happen in the UK in 2024. My guess, the election will probably happen around November 2024. The globalist, WEF-controlled puppet Rishi Sunak will want to stay in power for as long as possible. He doesn't really want to go out, having only served a year and a bit. He would like his extra 10 months in power, and I think he's going to get severely punished. I don't know many Conservatives who will vote Conservative ever again. The Conservative Party are Conservative in name only. They aren't a Conservative Party. They used to be a Conservative Party many, many years ago when Margaret Thatcher was in power. I guess since John Major came to power after Margaret Thatcher, and then we had Blair in '97, the Conservative Party moved to neoliberalism. There's nothing conservative about our current Conservative Party, and it's causing the complete destruction and meltdown of our country, the replacement of our people, something I hope doesn't happen to the Polish people. I hope that Donald Tusk taking power doesn't mean the replacement of the Polish people by the mass movement of people with open borders, something that I know Tusk is very fond to promote. He is a WEF puppet, he is WEF controlled, he is part of the NWO.
I've been wondering what that special place in hell looks like for those who promoted Brexit.
He is an evil man.
I hope this video isn't as windy as I'm envisioning it to be.
We're from Chicago, Roy, the Windy City.
Where I live in London right now, Clapham. It was recently a bit of enrichment thanks to our new arrivals. A man who goes by the name, I think, Abdul, decided to take it upon himself to throw acid at a woman and child in a car. People came to the aid of this man just off Clapham Common, the place where I live at the moment, and I've been living since just pre-COVID. You may remember my videos from the COVID days, some of which got taken down only recently, by the way. They obviously didn't take too kindly to me saying pre the vaccine ever being invented, saying avoid the vaccine at all costs because I don't think it's going to be properly tested. Well, he was right on that one. I think that's probably why they decided to take those videos down. If you want to see those videos, by the way, they are still available, I think, on Odyssey and BitChute, but they aren't available on YouTube because they were taken down. So yeah, there was a bit of cultural enrichment in my neighborhood. The guy is still on the loose, or hopefully he's been caught by now. But as of making this windy video, he's still on the loose. I'm going to head to this little place called Brooklyn. A tasty meal before I head to head onwards. But I just wanted to do a sort of quick recap and just also test out this camera. Hopefully you appreciate this recap, and hopefully you appreciate some of the videos I've been making in recent weeks, months, and also years. The channel is slowly growing, and I really appreciate the fact that you are part of that growth. If you'd like me to discuss anything in upcoming videos where I just sort of walk and talk to camera, drop your comments below, and I'm more than happy to sort of do a weekly discussion where I walk around whichever neighborhood I happen to be in and discuss those topics. So write them down below. And also a big thank you to my members. You know exactly who you are, these guys. Thank you very much for being members of my channel. Without you guys, you guys actually make it easier to make the videos. So I'm a big fan of the fact that you are able to do that with me. Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna now, as I'm in the shelter of the building, say my goodbyes. And hopefully I will see you in the next video. If you'd like to continue watching other videos, click this video. This one's recommended and this one's recommended. Until next time, keep progressing. I'll see you in the next video.